Like we're cutting it fine and we're not doing it right. Like we're
12th of October.
We're
have we got 10 days?
Yeah, I think
10 or to the actual event. I think we've got less than that till we actually leave.
get it on the boat, get it running, and get it tuned and
so it's
everything.
Thursday today. We need
All right,
to leave
so where we're at now, engine bay's empty, heads off. All the parts for the engine are in these boxes. I've still got to clean a heap of bits. And we've got a whole heap of stuff in there that's got to go into the block. Pistons still need to go onto conrods. And we've got just the machining work done for the block. And that is not even line boring for the crank. It is literally just pistons and decked on the top, and that's all that's been done. So we've got a long way to go because there's a lot of assembly that needs to be done. The pistons are higher compression than standard, so they're half compression ratio standard at higher, 9-to-1 instead of 8.5. And I've got to stop talking and get this built. All right, block is on the stand. Now what? I don't know. I was hoping you. Slippery boy. Sweet. Nice haircut. Cheers. Feeling fresh. Feeling good. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Alright, that one's already been out, so that's the one move. Grandma Silver ain't got nothing on these. Oh. They're magical looking, aren't they? Careful. Easy. Make sure that's flat. I thought as you swung that up, you were going to hit it with the hard end. No, not that rough, mate. Oh, we've got a ring stuck somewhere. There we go. Beautiful. Oh. Magic. Oh, doesn't it look so good? Num num num. Thought I'd better do a little bit of a side by side of the difference before I get them all in between the standard piston and conrod to the aftermarket one that we're putting in. So what we've got is a lot lighter, smaller piston. You can see the height difference between the two. They're actually, like, that's about 10 mil longer or more. But also the big difference is in the rods. So you got a massive amount of thickness in the rod there, where that one's nearly the width of my finger, and that one's nearly the width of my finger twice. So quite a big difference in an upgrade there. Even though these are super, super strong, this is definitely an upgrade to ensure we can go high power and all that sort of stuff in the future. All right, quick update mid-build. Basically it's Saturday midday roughly, and I've just rushed through. I've got the whole bottom end rotating assembly done, oil pumps on the front, sumps on, and now I've just put all the head studs in, tightened them in, and head gasket on. Time to throw the head on. We're getting there. It's nearly ready, but oh, just beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. So nice. Can't wait to send it in this again. So I've had a little bit of a drama here this morning. When we rocked up, the bottom of that post has been hit by a vehicle before we got to work. And right now, as I have just put the head on, it's got dark. They've turned the lights off. We've got a little bit of light from the skylights, but it's bugger all. Yeah, the phone makes it look a bit brighter than it is in here, but yeah. We shall soldier on, heads on, ready to go. About to put all the bolts in. Woo! Yeah, we've got the head on. Hasn't been torqued down yet. I've got to go to a birthday party. We are getting there. We are getting there. We're very close. About to put the exhaust manifold on. I've got all the timing on the front. Cams are already all in. So yeah, we're well on our way. Whether that's Sunday, we don't have the injectors or the rocker cover, so that's
going to have to wait till it's in, but we're getting it in today.
Yeah.
We can't wait. We're going to have to do it in the car.
Yeah. So the rocker covers are getting painted. Can't reveal what colour they're going to be yet. And the injectors are getting cleaned just to make sure they're right to go for the new build. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time! Time to put the 2J in the Supra. We have finally got to the stage that we can lower it back in, start bolting it up, put all the loom and everything on. We've got most of it on the engine. And yeah, hook up our fuel lines, put the clutch in and send it. Let's do it. Let's get it in there.
Yeah.
So we have our turbo bolted up. Everything's done on the front side. Bottom half of the manifold's on this side. Loom's in there. Let's get it in. Let's do it. I just got the rocker covers back from the paint shop and they look sick. Except there's one extra step I've got to do because these had to get sandblasted. They've got grit in them that I've tried to bash it out, but it doesn't seem like it's going to stop. So now I've already done one of them. I've got to drill out this baffle out of the middle of it and screw it back in. So I've drilled this out and tapped it. I'll show you the process of that now in this video. Okay, so I've jumped ahead a step or two here. You've got the baffle here. You drill out where the heads of the rivets are. I used an 8mm drill bit because it's about the same size as the head of what the rivets are. And then you pop this off and you continue on with a 5mm drill bit to drill in these little holes. And once you've got those drilled, we can tap them. So you'll need a 6mm, an M6 by 1 tap, and then you get your M6 bolts and we can bolt it all back in. And once you've got all your holes drilled and tapped, you can then put your baffle back in. Make sure before you do that you've got all the grit out of it. I just noticed there's a little piece in there. I'll just give that another blow out with the air blower. And then once you've got that done, get your short bolts, and if you don't have the right length you can cut them shorter. I had to cut these shorter. Put some Loctite on them, put some really strong thread locker that's going to basically be permanent. You do not want these vibrating out. If these vibrate out, they can go under a cam lobe, smack a valve into your piston, cause all sorts of dramas. So don't have that happen. Make sure you Loctite them in because you don't want them vibrating out. That's how you do it. Basically getting your baffles out and cleaning them. Alright, clutch is on and gearbox is coming up to go in. Let's go.
Alright. What's the day? What's the time?
Tuesday night.
It's Tuesday night, 7:58 PM. And it's been cranking, running over, trying to get some oil, what do you call it? Oil pressure. And it's pretty confident that it's got some.
Fuck. This is fucking up there. Nerves.
All of it. Oh, I don't know. Have you showed the cover yet? Because she's hot. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Oil pressure. And that sounds smooth. Whoa! That's alive!
We're going LZ, baby!
Yeah! Woohoo! 3 days, but it's only 2 till we get on the boat. Boy, watch out, Melbourne. We on.
Stick it up on it.
Spin her up.
I know why, but you know that.
That's a fucking relief. This has been huge.
It sounds the same, but
It has got a little.
like throaty nearly.
Yeah, no, it's got a little bit of a miss there. I do want to try and work out what that is. Hey?
Hey!
No, we've got a while to go yet.
Alright, what's the game plan? We're up on the rollers.
First start on the dyno.
what are we doing up here? What are we up here for?
Just basically running it in, just bedding the rings in, make sure it doesn't have knocking, checking the air fuel ratios, just doing light load running. Go again. Go again. Stand up. Taking the rubber covers off it. Let's get it off the hoist. Well, the Supra build doesn't come without its dramas, I can tell you. So we've just done 30 kilometres on the dyno, and then a weird noise started happening from the engine. A weird, like, whistling noise, like a pulley was tight or a gasket making a reep. Only happened when you rev the throttle at idle, it wasn't there. And yeah, just drop the oil just to check that, because I didn't want it to be internal. There's no metal in the oil, but the running oil is definitely doing its job. It's definitely dirty, but I've just put this in here to have a bit of a stir with the magnet and see if it comes out with anything, and there's nothing on it, so there's no metal in there at all, which is really nice. Yeah, that's a good sign. So now we're just cutting the filter open, and we're just going to squash all the oil out of it and inspect the filter. I've got that in there, and you're just going to squeeze all the oil out. As you can see, it's coming out, and then that allows us to see if there's any impurities in the actual filter element itself. Alright, so we are picking up, I don't know if this is an excessive amount of metal, we are picking up, there is quite a bit of shards in here, which I am getting worried about. Alright, I'm going to take the rocker covers off and have a look in there. I know you shouldn't do this way, but I'm just doing it to inspect cam bearings. Come on, lift up. Well, that's perfect. There's nothing there. Okay, so I think we can relieve ourselves from the panic of it being internal, because I can't see any metal in here at all. Alrighty, I've found the problem we've got with the Supra. So you've seen the noise it was making last night. We were trying to work out what this squealing was. Well,
Hey, when was the last time you saw a noise?
well, they were watching the video and saw the video, that part of the video that was only a couple of minutes ago, but it was yesterday for us. But they shut up! I've had a big night last night, stressing, not being able to sleep. All right. Let me show you, give the rundown of what I've done. So you can see this nice line here coming through the middle of the belt and trying to work out what the hell it was. I just wanted to double check because the noise went away when I put a little bit of dry lube on it. The noise went away, and then I thought I'll just check if it is rubbing and touching contact or whatever on something. So I painted these paint marks on the belt, and then yeah, started up. Paint marks obviously got a line through them. So I've got to pull the whole front apart, so I started doing that and pulled that bottom cover off from behind there, so we reveal more of the pulleys, and I discover that there's my issue right there. Must have just bent, I don't know, I don't even know what that tab thing is. There's a little nail thing sticking through. That just needs flexing out of the way, and we've found our issue. Sweet, crisis averted. Because how stressful was that last night?
It's the most harrowing noise, though. It's so unusual.
Yeah. All right. Sorted. All right, so all we need to do is I've just flexed that away with a little pry bar. I must have just dent that little plate there at the back of that. And what the noise was that plate echoing the noise right across the front of the motor, and I could hear it in the valley here. I could hear it like everywhere on the engine. You couldn't define where it was because that resonance is going through this thin bit of metal. Ah, that's a big relief. And the dyno goes away and the Supra is ready to take to LZ Fest. Oh, thank God. Thank you very much, Longy. That man over there, Whizmaster. So, you know what it's time for now?
It's good.
We get to go for a drive.
Okay.
Go for a drive, not skids.
Well, I just pretzeled myself into the back seat, ready for the maiden voyage. And we might have a dead alternator.
Yep. 11.69. Right after we queued it.
We literally just rolled it off, packed the dyno up.
Yep. Oh, did you get that?
There again.
11.69 of the alternator, that's just a tiny bit of voltage drop to the fucking battery.
And we're thinking the wideband's just given up as well.
We're going to make it LZ Fest.
Yeah. We'll just have to fill the boot up with batteries.
Wow. Oh, this car is testing. This car is really testing not to get us to LZ. So last night, tuned the car up, no worries at all. As soon as we got off the dyno to take it for a drive up the street, the O2 sensor died. O2 sensor failed on us, and then the alternator failed. Both at the same time, pretty much. So I don't know if the alternator dying done the O2 sensor or what, but I've got O2 sensor here, new alternator, about to throw on. Let's go. Oh, how easy a Supra is to work on. Just pull that up out of there. Sick. Just keeps getting better and better. The alternator's not right. If you look at the line of the front of that water pump and where that goes through the alternator down there, the belt's not going to line up. It's actually going to pull it on an angle like that off the pulley to get it to line up. Alright, better find the right one. And finally the new alternator turned up, mounted it on the pulleys, same number of belt teeth, that matches there height wise, and that one matches there height wise, so that's ready to go in. It's the right one, thank God. Not the thing you need on the last day, not at all. Alright, we have got the Supra tuned. It has been nothing but nightmares, as you know already in the video, and yeah, it is running absolutely mint now. And I've got a Volkswagen Golf that's up my backside that wants to race. Oh yeah. Oh, just pulls. So good. I'm so glad with this. Fuck yeah. That's driving. Love it. Thank you, Longy. Legend. Turned it up brilliantly. Oh. Alright, let's get down to LT. Final oil change before LZ World Tour. I'm just catching it in the jug to just inspect it to make sure it doesn't have any metal in it. See what's going on. But yeah, another dose of running oil after this, and yeah, we'll drive to Melbourne on running oil. Because that's how we roll. The day has come. We are finally, finally ready. It's been a slog. It's all slept in.
I said that I went through 3 alarms. I set it for 5, 5:15, 5:30, and it wasn't until the 5:30 one I realised my brain was going doo, 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 doo. I'm like, oh, the alarm! Ah, get it! I wake up to 2 missed calls from this dude and messages from Ebony. I'm like, I'm awake.
No, it was oh fuck, I'm awake.
Yeah. I was like, we had Ricky,
and then me. I fucking
yeah,
I had my
yeah.
alarm set for 4:30, and it went off, and I was like a 6-year-old on Christmas morning. And I was like, "Bing, LZ World Tour."
I was like,
Today.
I'm already half an hour behind schedule. Great start, buddy.
All right, but we're lined up for the boat, getting ready to go.
Oh.
It actually looks a little bit eerie this morning. Look at that. Oh yeah, we're going to be sailing through the fog out at sea. That's going to be cool. Right, this is how you do day sailing on the ship of Spirit of Tassie. After the week we've had getting this car ready, we can now rest for a whole day. How good is this? All these other poor people driving all the way from South Australia and everything.
So much room for activity.
And we've just got... We can make a fort. So this is it. This is our view for the day.